I am exhausted today, but I don't know. Doing these classes are fun for me. Welcome to Helpman Talk 101. Today we're going to have a discussion about Beyonce part 2 from the discussion that we had yesterday. To all my black people, I call you son because you shine like one. To all my whites, my payment information is on the screen right here. Please stop taking advantage of the free mental and emotional labor and work of black women like your ancestors did, and they didn't compensate us, or they gave us very little compensation for our work. Don't be like your people. Be different. Payment information is right here. So I have noticed something. And I am a fan of both Beyonce and Taylor Swift. I was at the Eras tour. I was at the Renaissance tour. I have Beyonce's music on my iTunes. I have Taylor Swift's music on my iTunes, okay? So let's get that out of the way before you call me a fucking hater. Something that I've noticed about a lot of white women is they cannot sit through a conversation or the mere mention of Beyonce's name without bringing up Taylor Swift unprovoked. I was telling somebody the other day, just in random conversation amongst a bunch of people, how Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour only has 10 dates. And some random person goes, yeah, she's going to have 10 dates to recoup some of that money as compared to what Taylor Swift made on her massive tour. Nobody was talking about Taylor Swift, good or bad. So that comment was unnecessary. Discussed in yesterday's class that a lot of white women see themselves in Taylor Swift because it's a reminder that we really don't have to try that hard and we can be super successful. Taylor Swift is also a blonde, blue-eyed white woman, which is the pinnacle of I fucking hate using that word. But to a lot of racist white people, blonde, blue eye is the pinnacle of hitting the DNA jackpot. This is why a lot of white people are obsessed with Taylor Swift. Anytime you have a discussion about Beyonce and you're giving credit where credit is due, you're acknowledging your greatness, her greatness, or yours rather, as black women, you get it. If you're acknowledging her greatness or just talking about her just in random conversation, if you are in proximity in any way to a white person, they will 9 times out of 10 have to. They will burst at the seams to utter the name Taylor Swift. Black women can never be great. It can never just be about us. We can never be number one. We can never be at the top. And if we are at the top, we have to share it with somebody white. White women, in one of my first classes, I said this: white women must always be seen, heard, and centered. I remember discussing Beyonce's concert with somebody, and they got defensive and immediately talked about Taylor Swift and how much more successful Taylor Swift's concert was. And myself, and even, this is random, I was at a hotel in Houston before me and my daughter went to Beyonce's concert. And I don't know how me and the concierge at the hotel started talking about this, but she shared that from her observation, the reason why she saw more of a turnout for Taylor Swift Eras Tour is because for Taylor Swift Eras Tour, you would have a mom, her best friend, and 3 or 4 children, which is their children, and all 5 or 6 of them were going to the concert. Whereas opposed to for Beyonce, it was mom by herself or mom and her best friend. Now stop before you try to discredit me. I'm not saying that only moms did not go to see Taylor Swift, because I went by myself to see Taylor Swift. I am a mom, and I'm not saying that there were no children at Beyonce's concert. If you comment telling me this to correct me, I'm going to block you, because I'm literally saying it right now and you don't fucking listen. So she was saying that from her observation, the reason why Taylor Swift's numbers were so much higher is the fact that bigger groups of people were going because it was people going with their children. Also, something that I want to notate: hell hath no fury like an obsessed teenager. They are going to beg their parents to let them go to multiple shows, and if their parents can afford that, they're going to allow it. So you can't really say, oh, look at the tour numbers, and that means that Taylor Swift is more talented than Beyonce. Remember, I'll be talking to all kinds of people and meeting all kinds of people, but I remember having a discussion with this guy, and I was talking about Beyonce's successful career, and once again, unprovoked, he goes, can't be as successful as Taylor Swift. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Look at the streaming numbers. Now, I've said this before. I like to stay in white folks' business because I need to know at all times what the enemy is doing. Anyway, but I've also heard Taylor Swift's fans admit that they let her albums play on repeat throughout the day to boost her numbers. So a lot of shit goes into this that I think white people are on purpose trying to act like they are unaware of. And when we have these discussions, I always have some random white person say, well, Taylor Swift and Beyonce actually get along, and I think that we should take their example and shut the fuck up, okay? Let's be real here. Again, I am a Taylor Swift fan. I am a Beyonce fan, okay? If you are white and you could not admit that Beyonce is in a class all of her own, she is your favorite celebrity's favorite celebrity, okay? Let's get that straight. Taylor Swift has thanked Beyonce for influencing her career. Taylor Swift is a fan of Beyonce. If you are a white woman and you cannot admit that Beyonce is unmatched, she is extremely talented, and she is more talented than Taylor Swift, I cannot take you seriously. Now, something I need you to understand, if you can't, me saying that Beyonce is more talented than Taylor Swift is not saying that Taylor Swift is, I can't even say that with a straight face. I was going to say talented, but it's not saying that Taylor Swift is not successful, okay? She is an extremely smart business woman. And we could totally have a discussion about how white people try to infantilize her. She is a 35-year-old grown-ass woman who is a successful businesswoman for a reason, which y'all continue to act dumb and act like she's just bubble-headed and a 3-year-old and doesn't know what she's doing. White women are threatened by not just Beyonce, black women's talent, period. That's why they must always bring up someone who is white, who they deem is more talented. When we as black women do anything, we always do it better. Part of it is because, for the most part, we have to. We cannot just get on stage and walk back and forth with a microphone in our hands. We have to fucking do backflips and fly in the sky and have award-winning costume and stage designs and sing for the gods. We cannot simply just be mid and be talented. White women love to say, well, Taylor Swift is an amazing writer and a lyricist, and I love the way she puts words together. Let me just say this as a side note. You must not have ever listened to an Olivia Rodrigo album, because that girl is fucking talented. Now back to the point. You also are saying that she's a talented writer as opposed to Beyonce because you don't listen to the words of black women. So many white women will say Beyonce is a good singer, but Taylor Swift is a better writer. No, you just don't listen to the words of black women to be able to know that Beyonce is an amazing writer as well. Cowboy Carter album being prime example. I've heard so many white women say that Beyonce's album Cowboy Carter is only good because she has some good beats and some good music. I could literally punch you in your fucking face. Again, it's because you don't listen to black women. You don't actually listen to us talk. You don't take the things that we say seriously. I've heard a couple people say this before, and I'm going to echo their words. Beyonce can do what your faves are doing, but your faves cannot do what Beyonce is doing. And the quicker you accept that, the easier your life will be. It's one of the reasons why you guys age like milk, because you are living a bunch of lies.